Kajaria. Thank you. And I love you too. How was your day today? Hey, Lori. Thank you very much, and happy Mother's Day to you as well. So tonight is going to be like I don't know, some of you all are new over here, and I don't know if good. I had a good day too. I had a good day. Um I don't know how long a lot of you all have been over here, but I know some of you I've never seen before. But some if I have a dream, and especially if it's from my past, sometimes I can wake up and it's like it's really real. So when I don't want that dream to reoccur again, because what it is what's been happening to me, what made me come onto YouTube in the first place, for those who don't know, is hold on just 1 second. Okay. Um when I first came onto YouTube, I came on YouTube having dreams about things that I thought that I had gotten over from my childhood and everything. And so what happened was I began to have dreams and stuff, and as long as I wouldn't talk about them or speak on them or whatever, the dreams keep would keep reoccurring over and over again. So then I found out that if I come and I talk about what the things that happened to me, then there's a peace that comes, and it doesn't come back, and it doesn't bother me again. So some of you all may not know that I have raised 14 children. No, I did not give birth to all of them, but I did raise them nonetheless. Um, and I can tell you all that from the age of 11, I started raising kids. Now, people will want to know how you started raising kids at age 11. I did. I've told this story already that my mom had kids with a married man, so it was just me and her, and then the kids. Um, and so I became, at 11 years old, responsible for making sure my sister got to school, and I picked her up from school. It was quite a walk for an 11-year-old to make sure, and it was a heavy responsibility to make sure that she got to and from where she needed to be at. So, anyways, last night I was sleeping, and in the middle of my sleep, my daughter wakes me up. I'm aware that I'm having this dream, and I'm sweating like crazy when I wake up. But she said, hey, mom, are you having a dream about something or whatever? And I asked her what was what was I saying? And she was saying that I said, okay, my daughter said that I screamed, and I was like, ah. And when she said it, I wanted to go back to sleep, and hopefully that I wouldn't continue the dream that I was having. So I didn't talk to her about what the dream was about. But to me, it was like it was so real, and it was happening all over, all over again. So at this point in my life, when this happened, I was the age of At this moment, I'm 17 years old when this is happening to me. True, this is a true story. Just so happened that I'm hey Darcy. Hey Darcy, I ain't seen you in a minute, girl. Yeah, okay, but let me not get thrown off of my story because I get sidetracked really well. I usually don't even have the chat on when I'm trying to tell a story because I cannot not talk to y'all. So, but okay, so I'm asleep last night, and the dream that I'm having is very real because it actually happened to me. So back when I was 17 years old, we lived in a place, and at this time, at age 17, I was the mother of two kids already. One kid I had just 20 days before I turned 15, and the next one, um, 7 days before I turned 17. Um, and eventually I will share those stories later on down the line. But, anyways, between my two kids and all of these kids that I'm talking about, I will eventually end up having custody and raising all the kids because of different circumstances. You all would have to, the stories are on here. They are like in my old story when I first came on here and everything. They're already here, but I bring them up from time to time as they come up inside of me. So, on top of my two, my aunt had a child at this time. I'm 17 years old. I have my two kids. I have my aunt's baby. And at this time, my mom has um, three kids from a married man. But at this time, 17 years old, I'm left with five children that I'm babysitting at this time. I don't know where everybody is. I'm thinking my mom was at work at this point. Um, and I don't know where the other parent was at. But the kids were in the house, and from time to time, I like to get them out of the house, take them outside to get some air, just to come outside. So where we lived on the second floor. But this is not like a indoor apartment that got upstairs or whatever. Like, the stairs are literally outside. We lived on the second floor. So with five children, I didn't go downstairs. It's plenty of room up there for them to walk back and forth, and everybody is at their jobs, they respectful jobs and everything during the day. So it's like we wouldn't aggravate anybody if the kids were, moving around outside on the second floor. So that means everybody has a porch. It's pretty long. We're the second apartment when you go up the stairs. But as you go up the stairs, there's a landing that you can stand on when you get there. So me and the kids are like right there in that area. I'm actually sitting on the stairs. There's the first step, you step down, and I sit on the second step and then put my legs across so that I'm like, I can see the kids here on the landing where we at. But then somebody comes up and they're at the bottom of the stairs and they talking to me, right? So there's rails that's around the landing and everything, right? Well, while I'm distracted talking to the person, but you can still, the kids are in this is a closed in area because you got the rails and everything. And this too can just say to that, even though there's rails and everything, you can't trust them. Safety codes are up different than they were back then. But as I'm talking to the person that's downstairs, I'm sideways, covering the whole entire stairwell, and the kids are on the landing part right next to me. So I'm talking to the person that's downstairs, and something just says, turn around and look at the kids. So I gotta turn just this way to see them. And to my surprise, When I turned around, my brother has some kind of way gotten in between the rail, and he is on the outside of the rail, and he literally has the two bars like this, and he's doing himself back like this, and he's only 4 at this time. And when I turned around, the first thing on the inside of me was to, hey. But in just that split second, and remember, I'm 17 years old, so I don't know, like, it had to be God that put it on the inside of me to not yell, because at this point I think to myself, girl, if you yell, he's going to fall because you're going to scare him. But right up under where he's leaning back, and remind you, we're on the second floor. There's a cement slab that's right up under there. And my heart is racing so fast. I stand up off of the stairs, and I get the other kids to go off to the side so that they're not in front of the stairs. And remember, there's 5 children there with me, and all of them at the time, everybody has to be age 5 and under. Everybody. There's nobody over the age of 5. I'm 17 years old. So I get up, shoo the kids off to the side, and now I got to approach these rails where my brother is on the outside hanging. And he ain't scared or no nothing, but my heart is racing. So what I do is I reach over the railing, and I gather the back of his shirt like this right here, and I hold on to the back of his shirt. And then I take this hand and I stick it through the rail, and then, because two, I thought about reach over the rail and pick him up, but I was so scared at that moment. I felt like if I would have tried to pick him up and pull him over the rail, I was still scared that there's a possibility that I could have dropped him. So I gathered up the back of his shirt like this and hang on to his shirt. And then I took this hand and I put it in between the rail, and I started to pull him and maneuver him back through the rail to pull him, get him back inside of the landing where we are. Once I get him back on the inside of the thing, I'm just very happy that I didn't yell from being so scared. And what I woke up with this morning was, for whatever reason, I couldn't get it out of my mind. Have you been in a situation and it's just, it didn't happen, but the what if it would have happened, what shoulda, woulda, coulda, and it just felt like it was so real. So I actually had a dream about that happening this morning, and it kind of had made a feeling be on the inside of me all day long of anxiety. And that was so many years ago. That was when I was 17. I am 48 years old right now, so it's been 30 years ago. But to wake up and to feel like something like that is so real, even this long after it happened. So to me, it must have been like a traumatic event. But then, not only, and I told y'all, there's a lot of things that happened to me in my life. On the same day, we go inside of the house, and as we getting everything cool back down, I gave the kids a little, the little candies that look like it's a strawberry. Thanks, Chef. You know the little candies that look like they strawberries in the paper. Anyways, I gave the kids one of them, and my same little brother, same little brother, he's walking around and he got his little candy in his mouth. You know, I don't see nothing wrong. The next thing happens is my brother is not breathing. He has inhaled this little strawberry candy into his throat and it's stuck. Now, traumatic event again, but thank God that during high school I took um, a CNA class and I knew how to do the Heimlich maneuver, but I never in a million years thought I would have to use it, and ended up having to use it on my little brother to get this piece of candy from lodged in his throat. So that day was a traumatic day, but that's what I woke up to, having a dream this morning, and it just made me think about a lot of the different stories that I've been through of mothering 14 children. Imagine if I'm only telling you about one of them, and my brother is um I told the story before of what happened. My mom passed away well before the her last three children became adults, and I ended up getting custody of them and raising them. And so just imagine when you have that many children. And if I can tell you that story with one of them, imagine some of the things that happened with some of the rest of them. But that was how my day started out this morning, having that dream, and it was feeling so real to me that I'm yelling out loud enough for my daughter to hear me, um, and to wake me up from having the dream that I was having. Um, yeah, and I just felt like from the feeling. Thank you. Hey Marjorie. I just I felt like I needed to tell the story because a lot of my situations and stuff that I went through, there's like a fear, like all of there's a lot of things that happened to me, and I don't even want to bring all of those things up. You can go back and look into the stories that when I first came on here like a year and a half ago or whatever, and just you can know some of the things that happened to me. There's a lot of horrific things, and that's why like I've learned that going through different things, I still come on and smile about it because I've been going through stuff my whole entire life, and it hasn't been like little bitty things. They've been major things from as far as I can remember, as like 5 years old. Um, I've been going through major stuff in my life, and it's just you know, throughout the years, I just learned how to still press on and um, live with whatever it is that's happening to me. Thank you very much for hitting that like button. Thank you, She Cooks. um, but I just I don't want to feel that feeling because I know it's not real. I know what happened on that day. But sometimes reliving those situations can feel like it actually happened to you. It actually hurt you on that day or whatever. And so for me to not feel that, then I feel like it's something like I need to get out. You know, nobody would think that kind of something like that would still bother you. Like I haven't thought of it in God knows how many days, but I guess when I look at it, to me, I feel like, oh, that's not that. I guess I've been through so much stuff. It's just like, oh, that's not that traumatic. But then when you go back for a 17-year-old, I can't imagine leaving one of my kids in the possession of five little kids, all 5 years and younger, and then have those two situations happen on me. And there's one thing that I've always strived to do. If I ever kept somebody's kid, I always want them to go back home the same way that they came to me. So, um, have you always been close to God? Darcy, my first experience knowing that I was close to God, we was at somebody's house and they was having like a little revival or something like that, if you know what that is, inside of the house or whatever. And I don't know what made me go to that place, but it was just a place of where I just was like, I haven't always felt like, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you what kind of closeness that I used to have to God. I used to make deals with God. I'd be like, God, if you do this for me, I'll do this. You know, like I was manipulating him, but then you come to find out you can't manipulate God like that, but he can make you hold on to your promises or whatever. But I can remember being like 6 or 7 years old, and we went to this lady house back in Gifford, and it was at a house. And for whatever reason, they call it I hate to call it the wrong name, but I think it's called tarrying, where you just constantly keep saying the name Jesus over and over and over again. I don't know what made me do that or whatever. And the next thing I know is like I was like it was an experience of a lifetime. Cause it was like I left this place and I was in like this other place that like felt so different. But it, yeah, you have to. I guess you have to experience it like to know it or whatever. But I just ended up being in that place and just saying the name Jesus over and over again. And but I haven't always viewed myself as being close to God. I never viewed myself as that. And especially because, you know, along with some of the things that come with me, there's a point in your life when you absolutely lose control. Because I've done a lot of things, made a lot of mistakes in my life, um, over and over again. So I never viewed myself as being close to Him, but I've always viewed myself as having a relationship with God. That's what I can say. And I'm telling you right now, still, as much as I come on here and talk to y'all about God, I still got flaws and stuff about me, because if my timing get wrong or something like that, um I go all the way back to the hood all over again. I'm just being honest about it. And everybody who be around me know that I could be the nicest person 1 minute and then I can turn into your worst nightmare. And no, I'm not proud of that. I mean, and some of those things are right here, because I don't want you talk to him so often. Absolutely, Darcy. Um, Even at times that I don't even recognize that I do. I do. That's who I conversate with in my head when no words are coming out of my mouth constantly. I talk to him all day long. It's like that's my peace. It's like the garden. I go out there and there's a piece out in the garden. My piece is talking to him sometimes. Sometimes I get mad at him too, and I'll be like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you today. And literally, I'm telling you the truth about how it is. Like, with all of this stuff that been going on in my life lately, there's times that I get upset with him. It's like and I'm like, why do you continue to let all of this stuff happen to me? It's been happening to me all of my life. Why don't you stop it from happening? So I do have days where then I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to him. It's just like having a relationship with real people in life. You know, just like you get mad with real people in life. Sometimes I get mad with him, but I don't. You know, I don't stay there. I don't stay there for long. It is what it is. But yeah, I I often like to talk about the stuff that I do wrong, because I never want somebody to view me as like I don't ever do anything wrong. Everybody always talk about the smile that I have on my face. Just as much as this face can smile, it can be angry, it can be sad, or whatever. I'm not a perfect person. Don't pretend like I am, and I don't mind telling about the flaws that I have in my life. That's why when people take things that I've done in the past and throw it up in my face, because I'm saying something to them about something that they may have done wrong or something like that, the first thing I'm gonna do is acknowledge, I sure did do that. But what does that have to do with what we talking about right now? Does that change that what you, because you calling me out for something that I did in the past? I can acknowledge that I did that, and I'm gonna say that I did it. But does that change that you wrong right now in the moment that we in? No. No. The only difference is I can take accountability for mine, but can you do the same? So recently I asked him to hold my hand, and I envisioned a big daddy hand holding mine. Oh well, that's a good vision. That's a good vision to have, Darcy. And the mere fact that you asked him to, um, I believe it was his hand that you actually got. I just in a lot of situations, imagine, I'm telling you, I've raised 14 children, and God knows I needed him to hold my hand through a lot of stuff that I've been through. And it's a lot of times that I felt like ain't nobody here to help me. I feel like I'm talking about in real life. There's some of the kids that I have, literally, let me get the kids for 2 weeks out of the summer. Got the kids for 2 weeks out of the summer, and mama never came back and got them. Never. Never came back and got them. Calling and everything. It is just, then I get the next set of kids because my mom passes away. So I get them. Then I'm in a fight with it. I just been going through stuff my whole entire life. Just point blank period. It's like some major stuff. And it just is, it's a part of my life, and it's still, y'all seen when last week and the week before, there's a frustration that comes up all over again, when you start seeing that line of situations start to happen again, when you start to see them back to back to back to back to back again. I haven't jumped out of the situation with my with the bank account yet. Still had to end up going to the bank and shut down the entire bank account and reopen another one. Had to go and give them my phone and show them all of the messages and everything, like what they was going through, give them all the phone numbers. It's just like, it's just one thing after another. And then in all of the stuff that's going on with my medical thing. Yeah. um and I'm not sure, there's a possibility that I may be having surgery this week sometime. I'm not even sure, and I won't know until I actually go to the appointment. If they're going to end up doing surgery, I already told y'all that something inside of my port is sticking me right here in this area, right here. I can feel it right now. Whatever that is something sticking right there. Um, so they're gonna do an ultrasound on it sometime this week, and if there is a problem with it, they're going to immediately go in and replace the port. They're either going to replace it or fix the problem or whatever. I don't want to be cut on at all. Um, and y'all know the journey, the way my chemo been going or whatever. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to go back to doing that. I don't know. I'm just putting one foot in front of the other one and letting the other one go. Um, let the other one follow behind at this moment, and we're gonna all see where where I'm gonna end up, how this journey is going to go. So I didn't want to stay on that long or whatever, and if anybody got any questions, you're allowed to ask your questions if you want to, but I don't want to stay on that long because I have an appointment almost every single day this week. I don't have one. Friday is the only day that I don't have an appointment. So I got a pretty crazy week this week. Um, so I didn't come to stay on that night that long. I just wanted to come on and just tell about that story, get that out of my system, so that we don't have to deal with that coming back up tonight when I lay down and close my eyes, and I actually feel different about it. Thank you, Terminal Chief. And thank you for coming through. This is the first time I've seen your name in the chat before. I appreciate that. Um, so yeah, I have a lot going on. I don't know what decision that I'm going to make from one day to the other one, but I've been coming on here telling y'all know I haven't had to make any other decisions about what I'm doing. I'm gonna submit whatever it is that come my way to God, and whatever it is. Hi Dorothy, thank you for coming through. Whatever it is um that I'm supposed to do, I'm just gonna believe that God is in full control of it, even when I don't want to do it. Even when I don't want to do whatever it is, because that's what I ended up doing the last appointment. So, um, do I know what decisions I'm gonna make or any of that stuff? Absolutely not. I don't. I don't. I'm trusting God with whatever it is that's going on. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. And is it still scary sometimes? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's still scary sometimes. I don't know. So in the midst of it, it's just like, okay, then it is what it is. And the last time that I did it and said, hey, Nisi, thank you very much. May God bless you tenfold for that one. Um, Whatever it is, in the midst of it, in the midst of my tears and everything, when I walked out of that doctor's office, I told y'all, okay, I'm just tired of it. Just let's go get the chemo. And I just got up and I walked out of the office with my tears, my anger, and everything. I can still feel it, how I felt on that day. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that the nurse could change the whole thing. So at the moment that I submitted to the process of, okay, this ain't what I want, but if this what you want me to do, that's what I'm gonna do. And clearly, God didn't want me to have chemo on that day because the nurse said no, she won't do it. So, um, that's the way I'm gonna continue to walk through this process. And if I end up um, having chemo again, then it's a part of my process. I don't know. I don't have all of the answers right now, and I'm not going to pretend to you all that I do have all of the answers. I just don't. I don't have them. I'm taking it One step at a time. I'll be trying that. Was trying to tell y'all about the process of me getting going. There's like days before you go to chemo, you already start to think about the process of what's going to happen to you and what you're about to go through. So it doesn't just start on the day that you have chemo. There's a process that you go to, and you mentally have to prepare yourself um for what's coming. So for me, at this point is I don't want to be mentally preparing myself for anything. I just want to go in there and know whatever happens on today, this is the way that God um, wanted it to be. But in the meantime, I believe where I am right now is drinking the Soursop tea. I'm drinking it every single day. And it's nasty, but like Korean said, I don't care how nasty it is, drink it. And that's exactly what I've been doing. And somebody also told me, because the first time that I drank it with tea with honey in it. They said it was the wrong kind of honey, and I know the raw organic honey is what I should have had. So I don't have that right now. And then I'd use some raw brown sugar the next time. And then I think Malia asked me to try it without any putting any sweetener in it. So actually, your girl done went from putting a little honey in it to putting a little brown sugar in it to now I'm drinking the soursop tea with absolutely nothing in it, just warm, making it hot and go ahead and drink it down. And one of the things that I can say, that even though I'm doing the I'm taking 4 insulin shots a day. What I have noticed is that since I've been drinking the soursop tea, every day when I check my, you poke your finger before you eat. You give yourself a shot before you eat, and then you give yourself 2 shots on the third time at nighttime for the long acting. Before I started drinking the soursop, my sugars would be like 2 something every time. But for the past 2 days, all of my sugars have been normal every time. Every time that I check my sugar, they've all been normal. 121 every time. And before, they were all like 200. So, I ain't ready to jump up and down and say that like it just did it so amazing, but I am paying attention. Thank you, Darcy. May God give it back to you tenfold. But I do want to say what I have to notice that I can see with my own eyes, that what I've been drinking it for 3 days now. And every day that I check my sugar prior to me doing the soursop tea, my sugars were always 200 and above. 222, 229 every single time. And that's before I eat anything. Cuz you poke your finger before you eat, and then give yourself the shot according to what your numbers is, if you regular or whatever. So like for the past 2 days, because my sugar been 121 before I eat or whatever, I've almost considered myself not don't even give yourself the shot, because that's normal, and you give yourself the shot, it's going to take it down lower. So you know as I go along, I'm just gonna report. And let me tell you something. What I believe on the inside of me is, I believe by the time I get ready to, because they got an MRI scheduled for me at the end of this month, so they can compare that one to the one when I first was diagnosed with the cancer. I'm just believing that by the time I get there, we gonna see some shrinkage. You know, that's what I believe. So that's what I just believe. I don't when it comes to this, yeah, like I said to y'all, I don't believe cancer is going to take me out. That's just not what I believe. Absolutely, Korean. Thank you, Jesus. So you believe, and I will keep praying. I thank y'all. I appreciate every single one of y'all that be sending up prayers for me, and y'all already know it's tenfold, baby. Whatever you asking God for me, I pray that He give it back to you 10 times what you ask Him for me. I really do. I really do. And I hope you all see all of the evidence of it. And one of the other things is, see, we weren't even supposed to really get into this tonight, but it's a part of my life. And I can tell y'all I feel better releasing that story that I told y'all about in the beginning. Um like I feel like my stomach is clear. You know how like when you feel that anxiety feeling like maybe your sleep is gonna be disturbed tonight. I don't feel any of that right now, and so now I'm on to this one. But truly, I see a lot of the people in here that it has started to grow and say they growing little things and stuff in their garden, and I'm so excited about that because us growing our own food and raising our own food, meaning like animals and stuff like that, is the only way you're going to be able to secure what it is that these people feeding us with this food. You can't be there to see what they doing to this thing, what they spraying on it. They can tell you it's organic, and they can tell you that it's this, that, and the other. But the only true way you're going to know what's happening to your food is if you the one growing it and raising it. It's the only way. Other than that, we don't know what we intaking into our body, and we hell, sometimes you can't even trust your next door neighbor or some of your family or whatever. And then we walk into these grocery stores, and we so trusting of walking in these grocery stores and just picking up. I go to, I go to the grocery store and spend $600 or $700 walking in there. Imagine how many things in there, and you all of these things that you got in the basket. You gotta trust that these people doing right by us, and we already know that they ain't. So I'm telling you, you don't gotta start and be massive with it or no nothing, but start somewhere. I got me a little random tomato plant down there that I did the same thing that I be telling y'all to do. Instead of throwing those tomato seeds in the garbage or whatever, go outside and rake them on the ground somewhere. You ain't even got to dig a hole or no nothing. Just go out there and rake them on the ground. Some kind of way, a tomato seed will find his own way to bury his own self and make itself. I got a random plant sitting out here. I ain't dig no hole for it. I didn't try to plant it there. I just throw the seeds down on the ground. There's a tomato plant there that has one nice sized tomato, and it got two other tomatoes on it. Three tomatoes growing on a plant that I didn't do hardly no work. But I'm telling you, the only way you know what you're getting in your food is if you grow it your own self. So people, grow your own food. Start somewhere. I ain't telling you to go buy no seeds. Just about all of your vegetables and fruit that you get from over in the fresh vegetable section all has seeds in it. Don't go buy no seeds. You already paid for the food and the seed. Use them. Just go throw the seeds on the ground out somewhere. Go put you a little area where you want to walk in and make you a little dump garden. Put you a pile of dirt out, a hill of dirt out there, and go and mix those seeds up in there and see what come up. It don't take a whole lot. Can we do that with the bell peppers too, Tashana? Absolutely. Shamika, go look at my bell pepper plants and all the little baby bell peppers that I be digging up and repotting them. Every time I cut open a bell pepper, I take the seeds and I throw them right back in the garden bed, in the bell pepper bed. What I got out there, and it keep making more babies, and I just take them out of there and repot them somewhere else, and then keep on making my own bell peppers. If it got a seed in it, don't be afraid to go and try and plant it. You already, cause you know a bell pepper, one bell pepper in the store costs you what, $1 now, $1.25. I don't know. I haven't bought one in a while. Cause my plant, whenever I see a bell pepper on my plant start to get, we take it off of there and cut it up and freeze it. So then I can make sure that it doesn't go to waste. And whenever we need bell peppers, they are there. Same thing. If you buy green onions from the store, just like Shamika just asked, if you in here and you don't know, don't be afraid to ask a question. I'm ready to answer the question. If you be disrespectful, I'm ready to be disrespectful too. And I don't like to be, but I will be. But don't be afraid to ask no questions over here. The same way Shamika just asked, there's bell peppers, cucumbers. They got the little green onions. As long as it got the roots on the bottom of it, you can cut all the onion off of it, and then go back and replant them. You can regrow them again. You can regrow if you get a cabbage from the store, you can regrow a cabbage. If you get a stalk of celery, you can regrow that too. Even the apples, if you buy apples from the grocery store, you can regrow them. I'm telling you, anything that has a seed in it, you can regrow it. I got a peach tree, pomegranate tree. Just imagine you going to the store buying a pomegranate. A pomegranate is not absolutely cheap anymore. What a pomegranate probably costs you about $3 right now today. Let me see, can I grow this right here? I got 3 or 4 pomegranate trees in my yard right now. So you absolutely can regrow the stuff that you buy to eat. Thank you all for the Mother's Day well wishes, and hopefully y'all had a great Mother's Day too. And I don't really put too much emphasis on that, because to be recognized only one day, and we doing the thing 365 days of the year. When motherhood does not just come with that one job. You a nurse, a doctor, a teacher, you everything. You a driver, you a chauffeur, whatever you want to call it. You gotta be all of that when it comes to that. And for it to be one day out of the year that you acknowledge it, and y'all know they made those days up so that they can figure out how to get our money, on those days. But if that's your thing, go ahead and do your thing. I enjoyed it when my kids made books and stuff like that in school, and they brought them home. I enjoyed those kinds of things, and I still got all of their books and stuff that they made for me. Last year, my daughter got me another book made. Like when she was in elementary, she got me a book. And I read some of it to y'all last year, but happy Mother's Day to y'all. I put some lemon seeds in the ground. Shamika, I did the same thing, and yes, it gonna create you some kind of lemon tree or whatever. Nice. If it got a seed, put it in the ground. I replanted an onion too. Y'all get them onions, you ever go in your refrigerator and the onion is growing? It got the little green part coming up out of it. You can go and plant that. Another thing is your onions that like a yellow onion, the little hairy part that's under the bottom of it, cut that off with a little bit of the onion, about that much up under the bottom. I'm telling you now how to regrow them. If you use a lot of onions, cut that off of there and leave about that much at the bottom of it. Sit it in some water to rejuvenate those little brown roots that's under there. I call it hair. Put it in water. Say you take the top off of a milk jug. If you can keep water inside of the milk jug cap, you can sit the onion inside of the cap and just let the hairy part of it be in the water. Eventually, it will make white roots start to come out on the bottom of it. Once the white roots start to come to the bottom, you can take that onion and go plant it in the ground, and you will get sometimes not only one onion, but that one onion that you cut that bottom off of, you can get 4 onions that'll grow back on the top of that. Ask me how I know, because I did it before. Every one of your onions, if you buy it in a bag of yellow onions, you can cut that hairy part off, sit it in a cap that come off of a milk jug, and put some water in it and rejuvenate the roots on it. And you can get you, if you cut 2 onions, you probably get 8 back. You buy potatoes from the store. If you peel the potato skins off of the, now me and my daughter just did this yesterday. We peeled some Idaho potatoes, and we went and put the potato peelings in the ground. They will. You don't need no whole potato or a whole potato seed to grow no potatoes. You can grow potatoes from just the peeling off of your potato. Ask me how I know, because I did it. So, um, I did. I visited my children family and my friends family. I try. I'm going to bed early. I have 4 graduations to attend. Be blessed, everyone. Thank you very much, Nisi. Yeah, it is graduation season. I got 2 family members that I know of right now that's graduating, and I'm trying to make it to both of them, but I don't know how it's gonna go. But I got faith that I'm gonna be able to make it to both of them. I'm excited. Hi, Saida Williams. Happy Mother's Day to you. Thank you very much. Same to you. Same to you. Do the onions grow underground? Shamika, they like part of it be up under the ground. It's kind of like it rests like right on the top. You'll be able to see them when you plant that part. You just want to, when you like the part of the onion that you cut off, you want that to kind of be like level with the dirt. You don't want to cover the white part of it up or no nothing, because you're going to see the center of it is going to be like green, and it's going to start to grow like a green thing there, and then your bulb's going to start to you know make. But Shamika, um, I don't mind coming to people's lives. I do it for Gamma's World. Whenever she need me to, and if you want to put like how you do it on there, because sometimes I do better when I have like hands on and somebody showing me how to do it then. So like if you ever want to go live and like you got some questions about some things that you want to try and do or whatever, I don't mind coming over there with you and like hop on the panel and help you out with those kind of things. I'll be willing to do stuff like that. I like when people grow, and it just light up my face. It light up my face whenever people start to grow. So there's several things that I didn't show y'all. Like I done showed y'all some of the things that I've been doing, like taking care of the pineapple bed and the banana trees and all of that stuff. A lot of people are saying that they didn't know that once a banana tree puts out bananas on it, that banana tree then dies out. And what it does is it put baby pups out on the side of it to keep them going. But that's actually what happened. Hey, yours truly, thank you very much. Um, but yeah, any questions that you have, if you put them up, even if you put them up under my video, it doesn't matter what video you put it up under. If you have a gardening question, it's not out of place to go up under any video. I don't care if it's a video where I'm sick at. You got something about the garden or whatever. How do you do this right here? Because if you think that's going to get my attention for me to see it, because some of the other stuff, I won't. I don't necessarily go back to it again because I be so busy with like moving forward and doing other stuff. But if you put it up under my thing, sometimes I will even create a short for you and show you how to do those things. So yeah, just don't be afraid to ask the questions. It is what it is. I just be excited about My green ones is sprouting. Hey, nah, I know that's right. Yeah, I got a lot of green ones. Growing up, I thought my green onions, I plant. And another thing is when you growing your green onions and stuff like that, um, leave, let some stay, or let one or two stay. Cause y'all see, I let everything go to a seed at one point, so that I can save my seeds from that, and it prevents me from going back to buy more seeds. I don't play that going and buy no whole bunch of seeds and everything like that. I like to let my stuff go to seeds, so then I just keep on collecting seeds and keep on collecting seeds, and I ain't going to buy no seeds because I got my own. So, but since I showed y'all the pineapple and the bananas, we done planted potatoes, more zucchini and squash, black eyed peas, um, and today I was going to I did we did some cleaning up, like my flower pots and everything ain't thrown all over the place no more. And then boys getting a my daughter had the pitchfork moving the flower pots, bringing them to one area, and then she moved the flower pot, and a big black snake crawled from up under the flower pot. I was like, snake! Y'all know I be going crazy when I see a snake. It's only a black snake, but yeah. That's another thing too, y'all. Pineapples. Stop throwing y'all pineapple heads in the garbage can. You can grow that. The top part of that pineapple, you twist it off, and all you gotta do is go in. You ain't even gotta go through no process with that. Go stick it in the ground. You can grow, you can grow your pineapples. That's where every single one of my pineapples that y'all see growing out there in that bed, every one of them came from the grocery store. And then once mine started creating pineapples themselves, I don't even be buying pineapple from the grocery store like that. Every one that I grow, I twist the head off of it and plant it in the next my next garden bed. So now I got two pineapple garden beds. So yeah, don't throw your pineapple tops. There's so many things in the grocery store that you can regrow. If you get if you get collard greens and they don't like snap them off how y'all see me snapping mine off, but they actually like cut the top of it off, and it's like a stalk with the collard greens on them. You can actually sit that in water and regrow the collard greens. Make it create a root on the bottom of it, and you can regrow the collard greens that way. I need a private session so I can show you as I do it. But for real, she cooks. Let me know. As long as if you find a day that I'm in here, like right now, I told you this week is I have doctor's appointments every day this week. And as long I don't, I don't know how the chemo gonna go. Long as I'm not in chemo, just don't expect like when you ask it on that day or whatever that I'm gonna do it on that same day. We will figure out how to get together, and I'll tell you, it'll be in a live. I can come through on one of your lives and they'll be like, hey, we can do it on this day and this day. You agree, or no pressure or no nothing. It's like when you get ready. So I'll be excited about doing it. So, you know, we will figure it out. But I'm willing to do that. She cooks and Rose come right on over there and sit on the panel with you and talk to each other. We might be done set on might end up because me and Gamma's World get together and we'll be on live for 2.5 hours before we know it. It just be like that, and other people come through with their questions and everything. But I just be excited to see people grow. I get excited too, Tashana. I'm ready to go to the kitchen and drop some seeds now. Just talking about it, I'm excited, Shamika. I'm glad that it makes you want to. And be believing that if I'm able to catch somebody's ear and say this, I believe that the next time everybody goes in the kitchen and you under the sound of my voice, you ain't gonna never forget what I said. Every time you cut something open, whether you keep the seeds or not, and you throw them in the garbage can, I know every time you go in there and you cut something up and it got a seed flake out of it, when you go to throw it in the garbage can, I know for a fact that my voice be inside their head and they never forget it again. That girl said, "Don't throw them seeds in the garbage." But you know what? That whisper keeps happening over and over again to eventually you get ready to go to the garbage can and you change your mind. And then you be like, let me go throw these seeds out here on the ground and see if what she said gonna happen for real. And that be the trap right there. Once it get you out there, you go to throw it on the ground, and then you look out there one day and you see it growing. Honey, that's a whole nother spark that done happen in your life right there. Hey, once you hit that soil, you don't never go back. You don't never go back. It's like an excitement that just comes there. Just to see that you throw the seed out there and it created something. It makes you want to take care of it and everything. So, you know, I already know. It's like my job is just to be the messenger, to say it and put it out there, and then help in whatever way that I can, help. But I know once I put it out there and somebody hear me say it, then you don't quit thinking about it when you go in that kitchen and you see a seed. That's the amazing thing about it. So y'all can be contagious in the same way. When you see somebody getting ready to throw, don't throw them seeds and go. You go out there and throw it on the ground right there. Next time you make a salad, any of that stuff, your cucumbers, your cantaloupe, watermelon season coming up. Y'all better stop throwing them watermelon. Hey, y'all going out there paying $11, $12 for $15 for one watermelon. Man, you better get that watermelon and bust it open and get them seeds from out there. Be like my kids. My kids don't throw no seeds in the garbage. We get a watermelon, they keeping every seed that come out of the thing. But I don't have to buy no watermelon seeds because I get now. Do I get people that just randomly they see seeds or whatever and give them to me? Absolutely. But I got watermelon seeds that I kept from my watermelon plants from before or whatever. Keep your seeds. The weather is much better here up north now. Yeah, this is the weather. Cause I seen some people were saying they was in the 40s the other night, just in Virginia too. Um, yes, okay, I will do a live and at you when we can go live together. Okay, we gonna do that. We gonna do that, Chef. Yep, I thought about you earlier. I was cutting the onion. See that? Yes, Korean. Once you get out there and you hear me say it, you can't help but think about it. Hey, the TSM. Look at Superman. Shamika, you seen my video that I use his I tried to tell him the other day I made a video and I used his this the one I made a short the other day and he was the what he used I used his music to do one of my shorts where I did Superman. I used Superman. Yeah. I like that. Sometimes I be feeling like Superman, but it be in my mind. And it don't what I be showing on the outside don't necessarily be Superman. I think I should be a superhero at all times, but life don't work like that. And so even though the things that I'm going through in life right now, everything I think I'm supposed to be a superhero in the midst of it until I get out there and my legs be shaky or whatever. So but that's my mentality. I think I'm Superman in everything that I do. A superwoman, whatever. How's your health? I'm gonna go check the shorts. Just I appreciate that. I use it. You said that I think you were asking to use it or something like that. I was like, oh, not a problem. Let's go. 'Cause I always be feeling like I'm Superman. So okay, let me go. Yes, I know him. He did a song for me. He did. Shamika, I have to see it. I have to see it, girl. I didn't know that. Where can I find it at? So I can go see it. Come through, TSM. uh, like 20, by the way. Yeah, I didn't know that. Shamika, where can I find it at? The song that he did for you. Hey Nina. I'm feeling better. A whole lot better. It's been a month now. It doesn't even seem like that long since I've had chemo. So, but for the time being that I haven't been on it, I'm drinking Soursop tea and I'm feeling pretty good. Right about now, I also feel like my eyes aren't as blurry as they have been. They have been being before too. So, right now I'm a month clear of my last chemo session. I'm not sure like what's going to happen from this point forward, but that's where we are right now. And to no fault of my own have I been stopping the chemo from happening. It's just God said no. Every time I go, something's just been happening that it hasn't been able to happen. So, but um, I feel good, Nina. Thank you. It's at the end of one of my penny shopping videos. Is it a short or is just a video? I gotta go and check it out. Oh snap! I love that song. TSM. I'm glad to hear that. No chemo due to. Yep. Um. Yeah. So I don't know what's happening with that. I'm just taking it day by day, step by step. And we'll see what God is gonna do. You look good too. God, God knows the greatest part. Absolutely. Okay, it's a video. Okay, I'm gonna go and look for it. I'm gonna go and look for it. I see TSM out here doing his thing, but I definitely tell you, if people support me when in my videos and my shorts and stuff, I'll take their stuff and support them in the best way um, that I can. I'm down for that. Hey, love, looking beautiful. Hey, love, looking beautiful. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you too, Tyra. If it's due to you. It may be the Reese's candy one. I'll have to check to be sure to add him. Okay, I gotta check that out. So Shamika, thanks. Yeah, that's cool. Well, TSM, keep doing your thing, brother. And keep doing your thing. No, I seen him the other day, and he said he was out there. He was out there playing with his kids on the trampoline, and he's like, a little girl came out of nowhere, and she came over there and started jumping on the thing too, and he was like, I ain't that no, and the way things be happening in this world, I knew exactly what he was talking about. So yeah, it's like you want to keep on playing with the kids, or whatever. It's time to go. It's time to go at that point. Yeah, because you don't know like what people be dealing with and stuff this day. And I was like, much respect to that real man right there to know is when it's time to exit left. Yeah, I want to have a good time. You can't. You can't TSM. I fit. That was like the realest thing that I seen when you got from off there. I seen you was having fun with your kids too, and he was just like, nah, I can't do that. Like let the little girl have her fun or whatever, and let my kids play with her, or whatever. But I can't do it. You ain't wrong. You is not wrong. You cannot trust it these days. You see all this stuff be happening online and everything. Shoot, and you like listening. Everybody got their listening ears on, and most likely you gonna have half people believe what this one's saying, half people believe what you say. Yeah. Hey, Tammy. It's a rainy night here in Georgia. You know that song actually fell on me today. It was like a rainy night in Georgia. I literally heard that in my ear today, and then you came through and said it. But it's been a rainy day here too in Florida. It been raining. It been raining here since I think about 6 o'clock, and it's supposed to rain all night long, which is absolutely marvelous because after the sleep that I had, or the lack thereof, after my nightmare last night, which I talked about at the beginning of this video. So if anybody missed that part of how my Mother's Day started out, um, and you know the kid things and everything, then it's at the beginning. But yeah, I love rainy days. Right, Tiazo, you can't be too careful. For real, for real. Have your health been raising or declining, and what methods outside of dialysis are you using at home? Are you eating right? um TSM, I don't have dialysis. I have the port. I have a port, but my port is I'm using. I was going through chemo because I have pancreatic cancer. Um, but being that I haven't had any chemo treatment in a month, not because I'm stopping it from happening. Um, I'm just submitting to whatever it is that you know God will have me do in this moment, and whatever's happening. Oh, I don't know if y'all can hear it. The rain is. Y'all hear the rain? Yeah, it's raining again. Um, I'm just submitting to the process, and so in it, there are several things that have been happening to me. I have been having bad side effects from having chemo. My kidneys have went from 100% to 88% in the where they put my port at in my chest. In that artery, I have an aortic aneurysm in that part. I did not have diabetes before. I have diabetes, and I'm taking 4 shots a day. And which I talked about before you came in here, that since I've been drinking, and what I'm doing right now is I'm drinking Soursop tea, and I'm eating the stuff from out of my garden for the most part right now. Whether it's greens, Brussels sprout leaves, peas, whatever. That's what I'm eating for dinner, or whatever, what I'm eating and stuff for right now. Um, but yeah, I've been through a lot. I've been hospitalized 6 times in the past month and a half. Yeah, so it's, yeah, switching up some things. But prior to me being diagnosed with cancer, um, I had switched up a lot of things. I lost 130 pounds prior to this all happening, because I didn't want to be diabetic and everything, and I wasn't having any more kids or anything like that. So, um, and I did it the hard way, and I still ended up becoming diabetic. But I ain't gonna focus on that too much. But I ain't gonna tell you either, TSM, that I'm eating everything right, cause with the way my life be going, sometimes I feel like I'm gonna eat what I want to eat. Because tomorrow may not be promised to me, and whatever. Just that, I don't really be thinking of it in that terms, but sometimes I just feel like I want what I want, and as long as, like, I'm not going to the extreme, like doing it or whatever. I'm not like a person that I don't um eat a lot of sweets and any of that kind of stuff like that. So yeah, but I just feel like I'm at a place in my life that I usually don't ever spend any money on myself. I usually don't do nice things for myself. And it's like now it's like I'm reconsidering all of that stuff. If I want to go out to lunch somewhere or whatever with a friend or whatever, I'm going to treat myself to those things and not like stay too focused on that. But I'm getting into, I like more of my stuff that I grow here. I try to cook something that come out of my garden almost every single day, every day, every day. That's like y'all see me with that crock pot with them Brussels sprouts, and that bacon was in there. That crock pot was going tonight. Tonight I had field peas for dinner. So, yeah. And I can just eat the field peas just like by itself. I don't have to have anything else with it. Might have some turkey in it or something like that. I alternate between different things. I was raised a certain kind of way, so I try to go between, you know, turkey with turkey sometimes, but sometimes it have pork in it. It just is what it is. So yeah, you can hear the rain. Yeah, because on this in here where I am, there's a tin roof on it, and I love everything about that. That you can hear the sound, the rain beating on top of it. Cause honey, that calls for some good old. Oh, and then you hear that rain hitting on top of the roof, and you got a box fan going too, with the air conditioner on too. Honey, that's some good sleeping right there. Yes, I'm getting ready to doze. 10 more days of school. I know, celebrate good time. Come on. Korean, where you gonna get them people back their children? Y'all got y'all children for the next 2 months. Don't call me. You're a whole inspiration for others. Some scared to speak. Some people too depressed to come out to the community and enjoy their life through the process. You're doing it. Thank you so much, TSM. I have up and down days, and that's the thing that I tell people over here. This channel is called Life with Tashana, and it's like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get, but whatever it is that I'm going through in that day, um, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, I come on here and got to do the ugly cry. Cause last week was one hell of a week for me. I just thought um, the punches were not going to quit coming last week. Um, but I made it through. I've been going through stuff my whole entire life. This is nothing new. I get aggravated sometimes because I just feel like, God, haven't I had enough already? I just feel like that. And then when I finish feeling sorry for myself, it's like, well, what would you rather it be somebody else that is happening to? And a lot of the stuff that I go through, I wouldn't wish it on. And not that I don't got no enemies or nothing like that. I don't think, because yeah, I had to have a couple of them, with some of the things that done happened to me. But I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Any of the things that I have, and you know, it's just your season sometimes. Just your season sometimes. I know diabetes it's isn't as bad. Yeah. But I have ups and downs too, and the downs come out of TSM. Tell me about it. They come out of nowhere. They come out of nowhere. It's like I can't. Let me tell you something. In the past month and a half, I've been in the hospital 6 times. I think I'm saying that about right. Y'all know. I put it on here every time. I show them. Man, I done been in the hospital the same night that they told me. I went to the hospital because my legs were swelling up so bad. Get to the hospital, they tell me, and I'm just thinking maybe they need to give me something to make me use the bathroom more or whatever. I get there to the hospital only for them to tell me that, oh, your kidneys are not working at 100% anymore. They working at 88%. And I'm like, golly, I just cannot stop getting bad news. Get up in my room. They keep me in the hospital. Get in my room, and the person that next door to me flatline. I go to the hospital one other night thinking one thing. My port is hurting. Go to the hospital, and that night I get to the hospital. I got a aortic aneurysm in my chest. The next day after that, somebody somebody scammed my bank account and cleared my bank account out, and still to this day, that's been not this Friday but the Friday before, that all of my money hasn't been taken out of my bank account, and I haven't gotten it. The bank hasn't put it back in there. I just had to go in on Saturday and close the bank account. So when I tell you, the punches just keep on going. They just keep on coming, and I'm like, okay, God, I got my hands up. But it is sometimes you just have to make fun of the situation, and you just have to laugh yourself through. But and that's only after I've cried my last cry on yesterday. Yeah, after you done been through all of those things, then I don't stay in those places. But what you come over here and um you get from me, if you come over here and I've had the worst day ever, you might see me punch a couple of walls or something like that. I've done it before. I done came on live. I done cussed my husband out on live and everything. You name it. I've been there. I've been through a whole lot of stuff, and it's just like, to a certain point, you get tired of like trying to pretend like stuff is not happening to you. That's what I did in the beginning of my life. I had to pretend like nothing was happening to me when everything was happening to me when I was a little kid. So, now, when stuff happened to you as a little kid and you keep it all inside, and make you be a big mouth like me now. It's like sometimes I'll be like, girl, you need to stop telling everything. It's like now it's just like, I don't care. I ain't ashamed of it. It is what it is. It's life. So, but yeah, it do be coming out of nowhere. Good night, good people. Good night, Tammy, all the way from Georgia. Hey, Keisha the speaker. Amen. But God. But God. Really. Wow. Yeah. I've been through it, but I've been going through ever since I was 5 years old. Things have been happening to me my whole entire life. Just go back and look. Go back and look. The stories are on here if you can handle the stories. They're here. I pray your peace, mighty God. The Lord is going to give you some peace. Keisha, I know He is. And just for you sending up that prayer for me, I have a thing over here that I say. Whatever prayer you ask God for me, I ask Him to give it back to you 10 times what you ask Him for me in His Son, Jesus' name. And I mean that with everything in me. I appreciate you. And look at that, you say in the name of Jesus. Okay. Amen. Amen. You know, Tashana, this is why I always tell folks be happy with your life. Stop complaining about small things because some folks dealing with life, health situations every day. You know, TSM, they say if you get out there and get in a circle and everybody go to throwing their problems in there, you'll jump in there and grab your stuff back out of there real quick. Hey, give me back my stuff. I've had a lot of people in life say they wish they could um have the life that I live, and you don't know how many people I can name at least 4 people that said to me that they wish they had the life that I have, and I've turned around and I've screamed at all 4 of those people, went off on them, and tell them stop wishing that you have what somebody. And one of them was my next door neighbor. She said she wished that she had a mom like me when she was growing up. I said, girl, be thankful for what you had. I say, because you don't know where I came from. You don't know where I came from. I was telling my daughter the other night, because of all of the things that I've been through as a kid, um, there's a lot of things that run through my mind that sometimes when your kid's in front of you or whatever, you ever had a thought come across your mind that you want to do something to one of them, but you don't do it because you know. See, those thoughts run through my mind to do those things, but I don't do them because there's this thing on the inside of me that says, you didn't like when that was done to you when you were a kid, so don't do it to your kids. And based off of that, because I didn't like what was happening to me, I didn't do those things to my kids. So sometimes you wishing you had what somebody else had, but you don't know how the hell they got it and what hell they went through to get there. Because for whom much is required, much is given. But also, you can turn that around. For whom much is given to, much is required of you to be able to get those things. So, when you be seeing what other people have and stuff, don't wish that you got their life, the things that they have on them. Wish for your own stuff. God, what is for me, let it be for me. Let me receive it in the way that you would have me to get. Don't be worried about nobody else, because you don't know what somebody went through to get the things that they have. Georgia in the house. Yes, yes, yes. I ain't see my sister in here tonight. She must have had too good of a Mother's Day. And she got to get up early. She got wore out today. So yeah, Georgia in the house. I declare better days are coming soon. Mountains be thou removed. Okay, come on, Keisha. Come on, Keisha. See, come on now. See, that's one of the things that I say. I try not to say, God, move this out of my way. And I always say, I don't ask God to move my mountain. I ask Him, Lord, if this mountain is here, and you knew it was here, give me the strength to climb this mountain with my jelly legs and all, because my legs feel like jelly a lot of times since I've been going through chemo, and it ain't back yet, but I know it's coming back. But that's what I asked Him to do. Give me the strength to climb the mountains. Every obstacle be removed and every storm has to cease. Peace be still. Come on, Keisha. Tenfold. Tenfold. Come on, Keisha. But you know, we be going through other things that are weighing us down. I just it just looks like we're not by the way we carry it or the grace God gives us to go through it. Everybody has a cross to bear. Absolutely. And the only reason I come on and tell about this stuff is because I don't want people to think or have an illusion that you see this smile and I don't be going through stuff. Man, if you only knew. Let me tell you, I say I got a big mouth and I be telling everything. It's still a lot of stuff be going on in the background, and I just come on here and I just ignore it. I don't say nothing. I don't say nothing about it. I don't say nothing about it. There's a lot of things that I can come on and I can complain every day, and just hammer it down, hammer it down. I'll be just like, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet because I already asked God. Help me with this right here. Help me with this because I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. And see, when I don't know what to do with it, and then I try to go and do it out of my flesh, I end up being the one that's feeling bad because now I'm getting chastised. I'm the one that everybody else can go and do this, but it's like when I go and get ready to do something wrong, it's like that banana peel down there on the floor and you step on it and then you fall back and bust your head. That's the kind of consequences that I have. But yeah, I try not to come on and like give no illusions that don't let this smile fool you. Behind this smile, there'll be some tears that be done fell. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, tears be falling. There's stuff be going on, but yet and still, I get up and do the thing. But I just be trying to make sure people know that um, there's still days I come on here and I smile, but I be done shed some tears or something before I come on here. So it is give me the strength to climb, amen. But some things aren't from God, so I speak to those. Absolutely, absolutely. I be knowing that all of them don't come. Keisha, if you only knew my story, I got a lot of I got a lot of things. One of the things that I know didn't come from God. Somebody put use witchcraft on me before. Use witchcraft on me. I kept it to myself. I said it to some people 2 hours away, but in the place where I moved to, I didn't tell anybody. That story is on here. I talked about it, and probably because I don't be naming my videos like the stuff that I get, but I done been through some stuff, and actually went to a church, and at that church somebody told me. And I have been saying it to people where I came from before, but trust me, I know everything doesn't come through. When I tell you I done been through some stuff, I've been through some stuff. Hey, Saida Williams, did I speak? I think I spoke to you already. I'll see you somewhere else other than that. But hey, anyways, so true, amen. You are amazing. I'll keep you in my prayer. Thank you very much, and whatever you ask for me, again, tenfold. Um, I do, I do it too. When people don't know you, they look at the outside and think you're perfect. Ain't no such thing. I'm very transparent too. Yeah, and then too, I used to look at people and think other people was perfect until it had to hit me. It was like, mm-mm. I start to realize that people used to be driving around in their fancy cars, and then you start to realize that those people end up missing. If you understand what I'm saying, they take themselves out trying to keep up with the Joneses, and then you find out that they don't wrote a letter and left a letter saying that they were so behind and this right here and that right here, and I started to I started to be more aware of illusions, that people live in illusions. I can't stand I can't stand no illusions. I can't do it. Mm-mm. Nope. I can't stand no illusions. Yeah, my God, that's why I'm seeing this. Okay, people are jealous of your spirit. Yeah. And for me, I've had people around me before that have been jealous of me. But let me tell you something, they've been people that I would have back then, not knowing what I know now. I would have put my life, I have put my life on the line for them, only to find out that they don't care that much for me as I thought they did. They don't. Whenever I turn my back or wherever I walk away from a situation, they was talking about me behind my back, and I felt like they were somebody who I felt like they had everything. I was inspired by them. I loved them to the fullest, but they didn't love me in the same way. I've discovered that, because I feel like I love somebody the way that I love them, I felt like if you give that kind of love, that's what you would get in return, and that's not true. I got the opposite of that. So I can't keep up with the Joneses. Nope. The Joneses started jonesing. So I don't want to. I can't keep up with them. Child. They can go head on. I'll take the slow lane. Yes, they call us sidewalk folks. We stay on the sidewalk. Yes. Nah. So nope. I know. Trust me, I understand everything that you saying, Keisha. Yes, ma'am. But y'all, I'm finna. That's what I thought. I had to realize they aren't me. Absolutely, nope. And you'll give yourself out, and then you'll end up with insufficient funds for yourself. Um, nope. So I've landed myself with insufficient funds, giving away, giving away, giving away until, you know, what they say about that checkbook, you have to balance it. There's a balance that comes in there, and I feel like that's with every relationship that you in. There's a balance that need to be there. Um, Other than that, you'll keep on coming up with insufficient funds. Girl, be down to the ground. Yes, just laying down there, can't even get up. Can't even get up. But y'all, I have thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I stayed on here for an hour and 32 minutes. And I was only gonna stay on here for like 30 minutes, but y'all know I talk so much and everything. And then as long as people keep coming in here talking to me, I'm gonna keep on running my mouth, and we'll be up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But and then I'll be sleeping halfway through my appointment tomorrow. But it was amazing talking to y'all, and I always say, I ask people to grow on the inside and on the outside in your garden. Please do. Hey, Justice. Grow in both places and connect whatever it is that you're doing out in your garden to something in your life that you want to be inspiration. I can't tell you all how my garden speaks to my life and has spoken to my life, and the peace that's out there in the garden. Somebody once told me, life started in the garden. And when they said that, it made so much sense. I was like, oh, you talking about Adam and Eve, right? There's peace. Peace out there in the garden. Hey, kicking it with D. um Go out and get your hands in the soil. It's not a lot of work. I know a lot of people be saying that's a lot of work to go out there and do that. No, it's not. Your work is where you go and make your money at to pay your bills and stuff. The garden is the place that when you come from work, you want to go to the garden to unwind for the day. Grow your own. There you go, Justice. It's healing. Absolutely. And you go out there in that garden, you find yourself out there for hours and hours and hours and hours, and you done forgot about the hard day that you done had at work. Pick your problems up and go out there and dump them in the garden. The garden feed off of that type of stuff and then pours back into you and rejuvenates you. So don't think about the garden as a lot of work. Grow what you want to grow out in your garden. And then save yourself from this stuff that they've given us in these stores, causing us all of these kinds of issues and stuff. Because I told you the best way to feed yourself is if you grow it your own self. That's the only way you know what it is that you're getting. Because you don't know what these people giving us in these stores. So grow your own food. I will never forget how I first seen your video pop up. My ex was Aaliyah. You did a video on her. I didn't know she had passed away. Did I? Oh my goodness. I have to see what that video was. You did a video on her. I didn't know she had passed away. Wow, okay then. But all right, you all, y'all have a blessed night. And again, tenfold to you all that sent up prayers for me. May God give it back to you 10. So don't when y'all be sending out them prayers, don't be surprised when blessings start to fall on y'all. Cause I truly mean what I say when I say tenfold. Y'all have an amazing night. Love y'all. Good night.